I just want to talk about fighting the Chaos Spawn. This boss absolutely fucking destroys people because they have no idea what to do against it. So they freak out, they run away, they corner themselves, so on and so forth. If you're using the power sword, which is like the slowest weapon possible, you're kind of shit out of luck. The best you can do is bait the grab, get in close after you've baited the grab, get him to do this, smack him a couple times. But if you're using the power sword, you don't have the mobility to deal with the grab unless you bait it. So the best you can do is this, where you try to bait it, after you bait it, you stay close, you just let him do this stuff, then you just kind of stall for time while your teammates do, you know, whatever they're doing. See how I'm able to keep him contained in this relatively short area? But offense with the power sword is practically a no-go. You can sneak some hits in, but I'm focusing more on talking and what I want to say. Here is what your best bet, though, is using your shout, pulling out your gun, and doing his weak spot. If you do that while you just stall for time, you'll be doing everything you need to do. So the worst situation to be in is when you have no plan whatsoever, no flowchart to fight it. But you saw, we started that fight like right here, and we didn't really go further than like there until we looped around here, but that was when I was like done fighting it. So we had about a 15-meter radius here that we needed to successfully kite it. So in a real map scenario, I know people love discrediting anything done in the fucking Psychanium because they're too stupid to understand the value of it. In a real map, you are never going to be pushed up to where you have less than a 15-meter radius like this to fight in. And as long as you can stall the Chaos Spawn in here, you'll be a great value to your team. Anything that isn't blocking, back dodging, getting stuck up on a wall, dying, and then having it run after the next person. So I want to talk about other weapons, though, because other weapons have more things that they can do. Like, this is a medium weapon. Most axes and the light chain weapons fall under these categories. So if you're using one of these, if space permits, you can walk forward, walk back. Oh, that was greedy. But you can just back dodge his attacks, go in to maintain some space, heavy attack. And this just straight up is good enough to kill the boss. However, as you can see, there's some problems with this. It's taking up a lot of fucking space. So with these medium weapons, let me just make sure I focus on this, because with medium weapons, this is a little bit tricky. With medium weapons, you can do the side dodge while he overheads, and you will get past his grab. But you have to stick it far to the left. So you'll see what I'm talking about right here. So you bait the first grab, then you do this. It takes him time to be able to grab you again. Okay, now we're at risk of being grabbed again, so now we want to be careful until we get another grab happening. Okay, there's the grab, we bait it. Now we go back in close range, and now we just do this. Okay, he might grab us soon, so now we want to be ready for it. There it is. Okay, now we're immune to a grab. But you see how I'm not taking up that much space to fight this guy? Like, in a quote-unquote real map situation, you know, get one of these in there for extra damage. Like, if I was trying to kill this thing using my shout, my gun, etc., he would be dead already. But that took even less space than with the power sword, and I was able, like, I didn't take, like, any damage there. So, if you have a medium weapon, you can just flat out kill it 1v1 off to the corner while your team does everything else. But now I want to talk about fast weapons, notably the knife. The knife is arguably like top 2, top 3 best veteran weapon. And this is a huge part as to why. So you fight the Chaos Spawn, bait out the first grab. There it is. Okay, now you can stop being a scrub. You can wait for that to happen. Get in close. Chaos Spawn would like to work with me. Yeah, that was really sloppy. Let me play that a little better. This requires actual practice. I will say that. You aren't just going to walk in and do this. Always bait out the first grab. Try to get him to overhead. Get him to do the first overhead. Stick around here. Then he'll do this. He's going to grab us again soon. Okay, there's the combo. Now we have to try to bait out a grab. Okay, I don't know why he's not wanting to grab me. There it is. Okay, now that he grabbed, we can go back to doing this. And this takes the least amount of space. If you get really good at this, you can just endlessly loop him like this, because you can dodge to the left far enough with the knife. I wouldn't recommend doing it the other direction, but you can if you want. So you see how this allows you to basically fight them in like any amount of space possible. Also, you can do this. You can still mix those in for big bursts of damage every 20 or so seconds. So, I would, honest to God, recommend, if you want to actually level up your gameplay, download the Creature Spawner mod, go into the Psychanium with your weapon of choice, and practice your plan for Chaos Spawns. If your plan for fighting spawns is just, my teammates are going to help me and we're going to nuke it in like 5 seconds, you are why you're failing Maelstrom runs. The amount of times where a Chaos spawn, a full health one, will spawn, along with like a horde and a bunch of specials, and the Chaos spawn can't just be nuked and killed instantly, which leads to situations where one person has to just kind of kite it. They completely flounder and die within like 30 seconds, which then forces the Chaos spawn to attack everyone else. It's way too high. If you cannot solidly 1v1 a boss without dying for like a couple minutes straight, just the best way to practice, go into here at the Creature Spawner mod, go like back here to the wall, give yourself like these 2 pillars amount of space, maybe a little less than this, because these 2 pillars are about 15 meters apart. 15 meters in this box area should be all you realistically need to fight a boss. If you need more than this, you have no idea what you're doing, and you're just kind of hoping everything goes well. Remember, the best way to win at Tide games is to have a good, solid plan for most common situations. If you're like, if I ask you, so what do you do if you're fighting a Beast of Nurgle and you're by yourself? And you're like, oh, well, I have no idea. You're not ready to play on like Maelstrom. You're literally just hoping things go well at that point.